So you're looking for some superhero pinball? Take it from me, Captain America. Zen Studios and Arcade1up may have you covered. Let's take a look at what they might be providing. Hold my monster.
Hello America, it's me, Iron Man, here once again to clean up Captain America's mess. In this video, you are about to watch him incorrectly tell you that the Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Wolverine tables do not fit with the overall appearance of the Arcade1up Marvel pinball cabinet. He's obviously mistaken. I don't know if he's just forgetful since he's over 100 years old or what, but clearly on the side of the cabinet, we do have the X-Men. Up here on the back glass, we have Wolverine. And on the flip side, we also have Fantastic Four. So, looks like those tables are pretty much a shoo-in for this cabinet. Interestingly, though, we also have Captain Marvel and Black Panther. Neither of them currently have a pinball table in Pinball FX. So I don't know what that means. Maybe they have new tables coming out. Maybe those tables will be exclusive to this pinball machine. Who knows? Guess we'll have to stay tuned and find out. Well, now I'll let you go back to back to Captain America to hear the rest of what he has to say.
Alright guys, so here we have the PC version of Pinball FX3. I have all of the Marvel tables for it. I have no idea how many of these tables are going to be included on the Arcade1up virtual pinball machine. But I figure we can take a look at these, see which ones I like, which ones maybe I don't. If you guys have played these and you have some feedback on them, leave those in the comments. Maybe somebody at Zen Studios or Arcade1up will see this video. I doubt it, but maybe they will. And that could help inform their decision on what tables to include, because it's very unlikely that they include all of these tables. So we'll start off with Marvel Women of Power. I'm also going to take a look at some of the different features of Pinball FX3. Now this is the PC version. There might be some differences with the Android version, but I think this will give us a good starting point. Alright, Women of Power, let's go.
Marvel's Women of Power, A-Force.
So we have different modes for these. I'm going to do practice on all of these though, so that'll allow me to just be able to try to activate different things on the tables. Now, as you can see, a lot of times they will start with some type of cinematic. I'm going to go ahead and skip this just for a time perspective.
What in the world? Over there. Take out that searchlight before we're spotted.
Oh, I missed the skill shot there. So now if you're wondering about the tables though and the different rules for them, there's actually a guide that you can go into for each table. So we can see right here the skill shot. This explains how I'm going to want to hit that. You can also go through a lot of the different rules for the table. This video, we're really not going to concentrate on that. It's really going to concentrate on how the tables play. Alright, so now with this table here, we can see that there's quite a few ramps that we can go through. I tend to like the tables with a bunch of ramps where you can hit more combos. I think the combos just feel really good. And it's one of the things that I like better about tables. I also do like when you have the additional flippers like we have here. Okay, so you can see actually on the DMB, I have options for what I want to do. So I'll go ahead and pick this mission.
Hydra training just isn't as good as it used to be, huh, Madam Mask?
So this is, I think one of the cool things about these virtual pinball tables is that they can add things like this fight scene between these two over here as I'm playing. And there you can see as I hit different targets, action will actually take place over there. Okay, I think we've covered this table fairly well here. We got I think a fairly good look at it. Of course, we didn't dive into all of the rules or anything on it. But you can see, again, the style of table here. Quite a few ramps to go off of, multiple flippers. Didn't hit the jets very much, so if you're somebody that really likes the jets on the table, this might not be the right table for you. But I think it gets a pass from me. So we'll go ahead and move backwards here and look at another table. Marvel Women of Power gets a thumbs up from me. We'll move on here and hit up the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Now this table's actually got a pretty good intro to it. It's actually got a opening prologue, which I think is kind of neat. So in this case, you get a ball for all of the different Guardians, and we're trying to score points here. You can see on the DMD some of the objective that we have, and this will go on for a good while. So I'll go ahead and let some of this play out and edit some of it out, right, just for brevity's sake, and then we'll get into the actual pinball table itself outside of this prologue. So I'm gonna have to hit the ball right here. Got it, and hit it up that ramp. And now we're actually going to get the intro video to the table. So I don't know. It's kind of a neat presentation. If you're a pinball purist, this might not be your thing, but for me, I think it makes it kind of fun. Updates it a little bit.
There's no special treatment necessary for little old us, Ronan.
All right, so we hit him, and I missed that shot. So, all right, now the goal in this table is all of these different ramps spell out the characters' names, and we want to get a character's name fully spelled, and then that character will battle Ronan. Alright, you can see I'm getting close on being able to spell Drax here, so let's... Oh. Looks like actually I hit Quill's thing first. So now in this case, we got to follow these ramps here, and once we do that, we get an attack on Ronan. So, I missed that shot. There we go. So let's see, where's my next shot at? Oh, okay, so now it looks like I need to hit him right here, so let's see if we can do that. Oh, that was horrible. Come on. There we go. Alright, and so we got the attack on Ronan there, and now we're up to having to hit here. But that's the basics of how this table plays. Alright, so there you have it. All in all, Guardians of the Galaxy, I think a good table. Lots of ramps, combos. I think the cinematics of it are pretty cool. It's got a lot going for it. Alright, Guardians of the Galaxy, 2 big thumbs up. Definitely really like that table. Now we'll move on to Doctor Strange. Now, this is an interesting table. It's got a lot of kind of odd stuff going on here. With these areas that aren't solid, right? So this one really seems like something you couldn't do in an actual pinball table. Now, one thing that we haven't really looked at is the different camera angles that are available. So it's kind of cool. As you switch between them, you can see the depth and where the different parts of the table are at. Unfortunately, you don't really get that while you're in a view. Now, they do have views that will follow the ball around and kind of zoom in and out. They do give you some of that sense of depth. I don't like them, though. They're weird to me. But we'll go ahead and play this one that way so that you can get an idea for it. I don't know if this is something that's going to be included on the Android version. So I imagine it'll have some views, but maybe not as many. Now, this table has tons of ramps, and you would think that it would be one where it would be easy to get combos, but I struggle with this table, to be completely honest with you. I mean, we got huge amounts of ramp here, but I'll hit this or this and not hit the ramp. Like, it's, I don't know, it's a difficult table for me. Alright, so here's one of the sequences that you'll find in this table. So this is one of the neat things about this table, is that there's a ton of sequences that you can do with different animations and everything. Problem is, a lot of times I have a hard time figuring out what I'm supposed to do with these sequences. And my inability to actually really control the ball on this table makes it hard to actually succeed at them, even if I understand what I'm supposed to do. And you can see that one I failed. So, we'll go ahead and get out of this one and move on to the next. I'd say my verdict on this table is it's alright. It might be great for some other people that maybe have a little more skill than I do, but I find it to be a very difficult table and honestly not very rewarding for me. Okay, so Doctor Strange, I'm not a huge fan of it. It might be a great table for somebody that has more skill than I do, but for me, it's not a whole lot of fun. I imagine this is one that they'll include simply because of his importance in the Avengers movies, or the Marvel movies as a whole, the Thanos saga. So, I don't know. All right, we'll move on. Next one, Fear Itself. Now, first impressions with this table. I really like the music on this table. It's odd, but that actually makes this table very enjoyable for me. I'm not terribly familiar with the premise here for this table. It definitely seems to have something to do with Asgard. So now with this table, we do have an additional flipper back here. We have quite a few ramps and different sequences to be able to activate. So I think it's a pretty fun table, simply because of all the features that are included in it. Okay, let's see if I can get the ball in here and maybe activate the sequence. Oh, I missed it. Alright, so we now have the lock lit. We'll see if we can get that. So to do it, I'm going to have to shoot straight up the center here, which was not that. There we go. Alright, so straight up the center. So this is one of the cool things I think about these tables, is that you can get these neat animations to cover different functions of the table, like the ball lock, and then also the launch there itself with that hammer. It's pretty, I think, pretty darn cool. So this table, gotta tell you, I think it's a fun table. All of the ramps, all the different targets, the sequences. Oh, I got the sequence here. Here we go. So it'd be great if I can keep the balls in play. Oh, so yeah, that's one of the cool things I think about this table. Oh, I missed that. It's this ring around here that just really launches the ball. I think it's a very neat effect. And you can see, here we go. This table's got all kinds of combo possibilities, which man, that's one of my favorite things really on a table, is when you get those combos going. Now we're getting into really, I think, some of the cool stuff with the pinball effects and all the stuff that can be going on the table you wouldn't have in the traditional pinball machine. Alright. Well, I think we've fairly well covered some of the features of this table here, so we'll go ahead and move on and check out the next one. Fear Itself, I give that one a double thumbs up. I'm not familiar with the base material necessarily that it's based off of, so I don't know if that would be one that's going to be popular enough for them to include on the Arcade1up machine, but I really hope they do, because I do like that one. quite a bit. All right, moving on. Let's check out Thor.
Welcome to Asgard.
Okay, the Thor table is a pretty interesting one with all the different set pieces going on here. I really imagine that this is one that they'll include just because of Thor's importance in the Avengers. I gotta tell you though, I haven't been the most thrilled with this table, and one of the things I don't like about it is just how much of it's hidden, because there is so much of the table that is covered by all these set pieces, and those are not my favorite tables. So
Behold, the beauty of Asgard. Surplus stirs, my son. Only evil can come of this.
and we can see here we do have some ramps, some pretty long ramps too.
Visited. Choose your destiny.
Oh, sweet. So, made it into Asgard. Let's see, what do we want to do? Let's, the Destroyer is in Asgard. Sure,
I
do this one.
be the Lord of Asgard, and with the Destroyer armor, my goal is within reach. The armor wants to seize Asgard. I have to stop him.
Looks like I really gotta hit this ramp here, coming up here. And I'm so far not doing great at that, so I don't think I'm gonna succeed this mission. Ah, missed that. Missed that shot. Alright, so for this mission, it looks like I need to get the ball into here. There we go. And then it's going to drop the ball so that it comes out where I need it to be able to move on to the lit lane. There we go. Alright, so again, I need to hit it into here. Looks like so it'll drop there. Come on. Missed. Come on. Man, oh, that one was close. I just can't. Right down the middle. Alright, I took too long. I didn't get it. I don't know. This seems like an okay table. Definitely not my favorite of the Marvel ones, but it does seem like an okay table. Spider-Man. This is the one that actually was rendered on the table in the pictures that Arcade1up has put out for the Marvel table. So chances are this one's going to be on there. Let's take a look at it.
Spider-Man.
All right, so far, pretty cool sound. Looks like we're going to have a lot of ramps on this one. Actually, some twisting ramps.
Are you finished?
Got the jets there, so that's fun. Jets are always pretty cool to hit.
Spider sense tingling. That was close.
Oh yeah, it's a nice loopy table here. So you've got some additional flippers at the middle and at the back here. So I'm always a fan of that. More ways to interact. Oh. So this table looks like it's got a ton of combo opportunities on it, which I'm a fan of. I do love combos. Looks like it also has a bunch of different sequences that you can activate, which I think is pretty neat. I was able to stop that ball that looked like it was going to go down the center, so I'm a fan of that. I really hate the center drains. Okay, that was weird. So this must be affecting the controls part of the sequence, because right there I'm hitting my left flipper and it's activating the right. So that's that's kind of a neat little trick there. Okay. Ooh. Man, that's confusing. Oh no! All right. Okay, well, I think we got an idea of this table here. All right. This is really confusing. Gotta hit the opposite flipper. Man, not easy. Oh, dang. All right. Let's move on to the next table. Okay, so Spider-Man seems like a really fun game. I'll give it 2 thumbs up. Chances are it's going to be on the table, especially since that's what's in Arcade1up's renders. Let's move on to the next one, and I'll just drop down to Blade here since it's right there. Alright, so Blade, classic Marvel property, doesn't really play into the Avengers or Thanos saga though, so not sure if this one's going to make the cut. Table-wise, this one's okay. You got the jets on here that actually pop up and go down. If you watch here, they'll pop up and then they'll come back down. So it kind of adds an interesting dynamic to it. Combos on this one just aren't really easy to come by though, so I shy away from this table for that reason. Also, you got a secondary play field up here with some additional flippers. That one, at least for me, is hard to get into, so I've only gotten up there a couple of times, and that's actually how you get into some of the missions, so I don't know. I mean, maybe for someone more skilled than me, this table would be more fun. I'm not really a huge fan, though, so I think this one's a pass for me. There's plenty of other tables that I'd rather see make the cut. Blade, I think for me, is a thumbs down. It's hard to get combos. The secondary playfield with the extra flippers is hard to get to. It's hard for me to get into missions. I don't know. Maybe you like it better. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. All right, next one, X-Men. Okay, another one that doesn't really fit into everything Marvel's been doing with the, with the Thanos saga and all those movies. And I'm really not sure, rights-wise, where X-Men lies right now. This is a decent table. It's got lots of ramps. I think some good capability for some combos. You got the objective here to get the ball into there and get in a fight basically with Magneto. So it's pretty easy to get into. I think this table is it's a good table for somebody that's more of a beginner. I think they can have a lot of fun with it. I don't know how advanced it gets for those that are more advanced. Maybe there are more things here than I've discovered that keep the replayability high for somebody that's got more advanced skills than I do. So, I don't know. Good table, though. So, Marvel X-Men gets a thumbs up from me. Easy table to get into. Not sure how good it is for advanced players. It doesn't fit the aesthetic of the table, so I don't know if this is one that Zen, Marvel, and Arcade1up are really looking to include, but I think it's a good table. Alright, let's move on to the Infinity Gauntlet. This table's got a lot going for it. All of the effects that are going on here, the kind of floating ramps, just really kind of set it off, and it really takes advantage of the fact that this is a virtual pinball as opposed to a more traditional pinball table. So I really like this one. I like the fact that we're using the fact that it's virtual as an advantage instead of a disadvantage. So that's really nice. I think this is a great looking table too. I mean, the graphics on here, the play field, around what would be the sides, the inside of the cabinet looks really good, and the effects are just fantastic. So I think this one's a winner, and it fits perfectly with the table itself. All right, Infinity Gauntlet. I think 2 thumbs up for this being included. It fits with the theme of the table. The Infinity Gauntlet table itself actually is a lot of fun. Takes advantage of the fact that it's virtual, really adds some stuff into it, some effects and stuff. It's a cool one. Moving on. Captain America. Pretty partial. Let's go.
Captain America.
All right, so right off, even before we jump into the ball play here, looking at this table, it's a stunning table. The graphics on here are great. Really captures, that whole war aesthetic of the original Captain America movie.
Fight to win.
Yeah, this one's got a lot going for it, so definitely like it. It's got a lot of ramps on here, capability to chain together some combos. You have the additional flipper back here at the back, which I really do like when you get the extra flippers. I think it just adds to the gameplay. Alright, there we go. So, finally got those all lit up. Let's see what happens if we can get that box there. Alright, we got the Tesseract, so it's pretty cool. Alright, so I get to select a mission here. So you get the Tesseract, and that's how you activate the missions. There we go. So there we go. We got the spinner and we got the bumpers. Got Captain back up, so that's good. Alright, so there you go. Captain America table. I think it's a great looking table. I'm a huge fan of Captain America, so it's possible I may be coming to this one with, tinted glasses, right? Or rose tinted glasses, and thinking this table is better than it is. But I think it's fun. You got a lot of the characters, you got the missions. I think it's just a good, fun table. Alright, so Captain America gets a thumbs up from me. I really like the look of the table. I think it really captures Cap. It's a good table. Alright, let's move on to Venom. Music on here is pretty aggressive, so that's kind of cool. Didn't make it around there. So this one's got a lot of additional flippers going on. Now there's something though that's... let me see if I can catch this well. Alright, so I'm not really a huge fan of this table for a few reasons. Really, the primary reason though is I feel stuck down here at the bottom of this table. I'm having a hard time getting up to the top. I'm also having a hard time in judging what is the high point and the low point of ramps and how the ball is going to move on them. And things like this ledge right here, it looks to me like it's flat and is part of the play surface, but it's actually raised up. So if we hit the view button, you can see as this shifts around and you get the different views of it, how this is raised up and how some of the ramps tilt. I don't think that comes through as being apparent when you're playing the game unless you have the camera angle that's moving around, and I think it makes this table hard to play. So, not really a fan. Alright, so Venom, not really a fan. I just don't like the design of the table. I don't think that it works well. It's hard to tell where things are raised up, how the ramps are going, and I feel really trapped on it. On to the next one. The Marvel Women of Power Champions. I think this one might be kind of aimed at the younger female audience. We'll give it a shot here. It's definitely a little more cartoony than some of the other ones.
Marvel's Women of Power Champions. First day of my new summer job rocked. Our new little coffee shop goes well. This goes to the bank.
Alright, so right off the bat, we got some superheroes that apparently have a coffee shop, trying to take money to the bank.
Heist. Wow, a nice bonus. It's my lucky day. What was that? Oh no! The lockbox with our first day's cash! I have to get it back or the coffee shop is over. Video mode! It's magic!
Oh, we got a video mode here, so let's see. What am I supposed to do? Okay, there was a video mode. I don't think I did the right thing. I collected something. So this table suffers from what some of the other tables suffer from. There's just so much going on with the different angles of the ramps, and since it's a two-dimensional screen, it's really hard to tell where some of those ramps are going. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I've mostly played this table because of the tournament that that Zen has on here, where you play against other players. And I really didn't enjoy it much then. I'm not enjoying it much now either. Alright, so the Women of Power Champions table, I don't know, maybe I'm just the wrong audience for it. It's a thumbs down for me. The whole concept of it's weird. We're trying to save a coffee shop because somebody stole the money that we were taking to the bank to deposit. We supposedly have superpowers, and we say it's time to use them, but then we don't use them. I don't know. It's a weird table, and to top that off, the ramps, the way they're designed, just doesn't work terribly well on a two-dimensional display. So, not my favorite. But again, maybe I'm the wrong audience for it. Maybe somebody else likes it. So, all right, we'll move on to Ant-Man. All right, this table's got some good ramps going. A lot of opportunity for combos up here. Got the jets up here. Got the secondary flipper up here. Some stuff going on in here. There's really a lot to do on this table. All right, let's see if I can hit this ramp here. Oh, I hit the ramp, but I didn't make it into there. Okay, so we got the ball lock, I think, right here. So I got to hit this ramp right here. Let's see if I can get it. Here we go. And lock the... Oh, no, that wasn't a lock. So that pulls it down, below the table into the secondary table. So that's pretty cool. Okay, here's the lock, I think, actually. I gotta make it off this ramp into there. Let's see if I can do it. Ah, no. I missed. There you go.
Ingredients in my secret research. Ball one locked.
Alright, I think this is a great table. I really like this one. It's a lot of fun. The ramps are easy to chain together to get nice combos. The jets are pretty cool back here. You got a secondary play field down below. There's just a lot going on here, and I think this is a really fun table that makes good use of the fact that it's a virtual pinball table. Alright, Ant-Man, 2 thumbs up. I think it's a great table. I think it should definitely be included, and it fits with the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, so definitely one I think should make the cut. Alright, moving on. Deadpool. Alright, I think Deadpool actually has some really cool graphics on the table. The music, the sound effects of it, it really fits with the whole Deadpool aesthetic. And even launching the ball, you got Deadpool here with the dynamite. So, I mean, this one really, I think, is fitting for the character. You got lots of ramps on this one, lots of missions. This table's really got a lot going for it. So there we go. So I get to pick now what I want to do. So I'll do this issue here. See what my mission is. Chapter 2. Little me.
Well, aren't you a handsome little fella?
Shoot the spinners. All right, so I gotta hit the spinners to get him off there. We got one here, one here. Ah, got him. Oh, he came back. And then you get the that commentary from Deadpool here, right? That self-aware commentary. Why did they put this in the game? So it's pretty cool. He's a character that's known for breaking that fourth wall, right? So definitely a plus, and I think this really fits with his personality. All right, so just for the sheer personality of this table and how well it fits with Deadpool, this table I think gets 2 thumbs up from me. I think it's a good table. All right. Deadpool, 2 thumbs up. I think it really captures the whole Deadpool kind of vibe. And it's a fun table. Lots of ramps, lots of missions and things to do. I think it's a great table. It would make a good inclusion. It doesn't, unfortunately, fit with the kind of cinematic universe theme that they're going for with the table, at least on the outside of it. So not sure if they'll include it or not, but I think it's one that would make a good inclusion. Okay, moving on. We got Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
So I think this is a pretty decent looking table. You know, a lot of color, a lot of lights going on here. Quite a few ramps to hit. There's nothing wrong with this table, but it just doesn't feel like it has that much personality. I don't know. Maybe it's the source material. I've never been big into Fantastic Four, so if you like Fantastic Four, maybe you'll like this table better than I do. Alright, so Fantastic Four is kind of an eh for me. There's nothing really wrong with the table. It's a decent table. There's just not a lot of personality to it, so I think that kills some of the fun for me. Maybe you feel differently and you really like Fantastic Four and could make a good table for you. However, I don't know that they'll include this one since Fantastic Four just really hasn't been that hot of a property, and also really didn't factor into the cinematic universe that led up to Endgame. And to top that off, I really don't know where the licensing is on Fantastic Four either. So maybe you do. You got some thoughts? Put them in the comments. All right, Avengers. Seems like a no-brainer that this one will be on there. All right, so this is another one that opens with, you know, the whole cinematic, everybody coming down. Of course, you know, following the movie, Loki's the bad guy here, so I think pretty cool looking table. And in this one, you get to choose who you want to play as. I'm going to choose Cap. Surprise, I'm sure. So we got quite a few ramps in here. You got Loki standing central at the top. All right, and let's see here. Who do I want now? I'm going to go with Iron Man. There's quite a few ramps on here, so I think you got a good chance at combos on here, which is good. You got the jets, you got the secondary flipper, and then the... Oh boy, what do we get here? So, all right, shoot a lane to start. Woo. Oh shoot! Dang. Alright, so I gotta shoot at the lit lane, so I got 3 lanes here to pick from. Alright, got one. Alright, so I do like the tables that really, you know, dramatically change as you're in the missions, like what we just saw with this, where the table went red. I think that, you know, really kind of adds to the vibe. And again, is utilizing the fact that this is a virtual table to actually use that as a benefit as opposed to a detriment. So, all in all, I think this is a good table. Avengers, 2 thumbs up. I can't see them not including that one, right? I mean, it's really the artwork of the cabinet and everything. It seems like all the Avengers tables really are probably going to make it on there. Lots of ramps in this one. It's got some pretty cool effects. I like how the table actually changes, you know, it turns red, and some of the behavior of the table changes as you go into like some of the missions. So that's pretty neat, and I think it really takes good advantage of the fact that it's a virtual table. Definitely one that should be included. All right, Moon Knight. All right, so Moon Knight is not a property I'm familiar with. It's got some cool stuff though. Like, I don't know if you saw that moon that just appeared over there. There's like this thing where you gotta hit the ball from here over to there. So it takes advantage of the fact that it's a virtual table by throwing some things in like that, the disappearing moon. You got quite a few ramps on here. You got the bumpers or jets up in here. Lots of different characters. So I don't know. Maybe if you're familiar with Moon Knight, this oh dang it, I didn't make that jump. That would have been good. Maybe this is a better table if you're familiar with Moon Knight, but I'm just not a massive fan of it. And part of that is something feels different about this table. It's hard for me to hit the things that I want to hit. Like trying to get in here, I just can't do it. I hit over here, I hit over here, I can't hit there. Well, I say that and then I make it, so I don't know. But yeah, it's an okay table. I'd probably feel differently about it if I actually knew the characters. So, all right, let's move on. All right, so Moon Knight, it's an okay table. I don't know the character very well. That's probably hampering my opinion of it. It takes advantage of the fact that it's a virtual table, which is something I do like. It does have lots of ramps, good capability there for stringing shots together. However, something feels off about it for me. I have a little bit of a harder time with that table and making the shots that I want. So let's move on. Wolverine. All right, this table has, I think, a gorgeous look to it. It really captures that comic book feel. It really does. Lots of comic book type art on here. A lot of good colors and lights on the table. I think it's just an excellent looking table. The sound's great. The music's great. And it captures a lot of that Wolverine attitude too. Now that being said, there's a decided lack of ramps on this table, which I'm not a huge fan of. And then it seems the central, figure up at the top there with Sabretooth, you're trying to break down that wall and get in there to attack him. So, I don't know. The table's gorgeous. I love the way the table looks. I'm not a huge fan of how the table plays. Now, one thing that is, I think, really cool, though, is if you can get into this tube over here, you actually get, on my machine at least, with my transducers that I have, you get a real nice rumble as the ball's going down through there. So I don't know if that'll carry over to the solenoids that are being used by Arcade1up, but it does. This table does have a little cooler haptic feel than some of the other tables. So. Oh, here we go. Yeah, right down in there. I don't know what it is. That just feels cool when it goes on through there. You get a really good haptic feel out of that one. The sounds just really trigger the transducers in my system. So how they're triggering the solenoids on the Arcade1up, I don't know. So if that's done off of action as opposed to sound, which it probably is, it might not be the same. I don't know. All in all, it's a mildly fun table. I like the look of it, but it's not one that I'm going to keep going back to. Wolverine looks cool. I think it's a really nice looking table. It really captures that comic book art and that comic book feeling. The sound effects, which obviously comic books themselves don't have sound effects, but they seem spot on for what you'd expect from both the cartoons and the movies. I think it's pretty cool in that regard. It's not my favorite playing table, but it plays decently. Again, though, I don't know that it fits with the characters that they have on the cabinet for the Marvel table, and I really don't know where the licensing is on this and whether or not they can utilize it for that. But it would be a decent inclusion. Okay, moving down. Iron Man. It's Iron Man. Alright, so Iron Man. This one's got, I think, a pretty good soundtrack. Lots of lights going on here. I think it really captures the look and feel of Iron Man. This one's got a bunch of ramps. You got the additional flipper up there. I think this is a solid table. It also tends to play a little faster than some of the other tables. So that's pretty cool. And then you got the animations like Iron Man sitting up here, which, once again, I like when they use the fact that this is a virtual table to give you some effects that you wouldn't have otherwise. It's, a theme of what I'm saying here. Use that as an advantage, not a detriment. And I think that they do that well on this table. Alright, lots of ramps on this table to hit. Lots of capability for getting combo scores if you can hit the ramps. I do struggle sometimes with hitting the ramps on this table, but I think it's It's pretty fun. Apparently, I did well enough there to have Iron Man go give him a good shot there. So, all right, we'll go ahead and move on to the next table. All right, so Iron Man, that one's getting 1 thumb up, almost 2 thumbs up. I think it's a no-brainer to include on the Arcade1up cabinet. It's a fun table. I think it really captures Iron Man, the feel of Iron Man, the look of Iron Man. However, it's hit or miss on whether or not I'm going to have trouble hitting the ramps on that one. For some reason, I seem to struggle a little bit with that, which detracts from the table a bit. All right, moving on. Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. Rider.
All right, so Ghost Rider really kind of, captures, I think, a lot of that dark grittiness of Ghost Rider itself. Not a huge fan of this table, though, because it feels rather limiting in what you can do here. To get up to the top, you got to hit his wheel here, which will then raise the wheel, and then you can hit another shot to get up there. So let's see if I can do that. And then you hit that flipper to try to get around there. So, I mean, this one, if you hit what you mean to hit, it can feel rather rewarding because it feels like you've made a trick shot. But that's the problem is I think a lot of this table is a trick shot. It's like if you're not making trick shots, this table feels kind of claustrophobic and like you're just knocking the ball around in the same spot. And you can see what I'm talking about now. Now I'm not hitting that shot up that jump ramp, and so I'm just kind of stuck down here in the bottom again. So all in all, this isn't a horrible table. It's not a lot of fun for me. It's one of those tables where I never really feel like I have a complete grasp of what I'm doing, and I feel like a lot of whenever I do anything good, it just comes down to luck. So that kind of takes away from it for me. But the music, the look of it, I think it's pretty spot on for the subject matter. Alright, so Ghost Rider, I think they captured the look and feel of Ghost Rider, the sound, that you would expect of it. I think it all fits. However, it's kind of a frustrating table for me to play. So I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on this one. I don't know that it makes a good inclusion for this cabinet since he really didn't play into the cinematic universe. He did show up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so, I mean, there's that tie-in, but I don't know. Definitely not high on my list. Alright, World War Hawk. So, got a Hawk table.
War Hulk. Heroes shot me into space. I want to hear them scream.
So, this table, I'm not completely, familiar with Hawk and his entire storyline as he goes into space. Of course, that plays into the Thor Ragnarok movie. But in this, he makes it sound like the heroes actually shot him into space, not that he put himself there, and he wants revenge. So, I don't know that this makes a great addition to the cabinet simply because it doesn't follow that narrative, but I don't know that they're trying to follow the movie narrative on the cabinet. Table-wise itself, there's quite a few ramps on here, quite a bit to do. I think this is actually a pretty fun table, so... And Hawk's, one of the main Avengers, so... I don't know, it could be a really solid addition. Yeah, this is a pretty fun table. It's definitely one I could see being included just for the look, the fact that it's the Hawk, and the fact that it's actually a pretty fun table. Lots going on here. Good ramps, good combos. Yeah, I'm a fan. World War Hawk, 2 thumbs up for me. I think it's a good table. It's fun, good ramps, good combos. I think it's one that they should put in there. moving on. All right, Marvel Civil War.
Civil War. Registration takes away any freedom we might have, any autonomy. Heroes didn't cause what happened at Stampton. Villains did.
You think I don't know that? Registration won't stop every tragedy, Steve, but people in our position need accountability. I wish it didn't have to be this way.
All right, this table's a no-brainer for inclusion. I don't know how you don't include this table. It's a fun table. I think it's a great table that should most definitely be included. So in this table, you're trying to get the different heroes to join your side. So you pick whether you're Captain America or Iron Man and try to get the heroes on your side. Now, I don't know that I'm going to get it in this video, but there is a really cool segment where Iron Man starts to come after Captain America, and the table kind of slows down, goes red. The play just, changes, and it becomes really neat. He flies across the board to attack Cap. Cap actually kind of retreats a bit. It's a really awesome segment. I would like to get it. Maybe I will, but I'm not sure that I'm gonna get it here. This is a fun table, though. There is a lot to do here, a lot going on. So I like the ramps on this table. I like the different missions and things that you can do. The fact that you're trying to get the heroes to side with you. There's actually, a legitimate story happening here that is unfolding. And it is really cool. I really do like this one a lot. Definitely recommend it. All right, Captain America Civil War, 2 thumbs way up. This might actually be my favorite table on here. There's so much going on in the background. There's so much story, trying to get the heroes to side with you, the kind of cinematic events that happen in it. It really is a great table. I think it's a no-brainer. This one 100% should be on the Arcade1up table. If it's not on that cabinet, they've made a huge mistake. All right, moving on. We got Marvel Avengers Age of Ultron.
Avengers Age of Ultron.
Suit up. We have work to do.
Can't be everywhere at once. It's just technology. We can be in contact.
Okay, so this is another one where, you have the balls representing the different heroes. It's really, kind of plays into all the Avengers tables. This is a great table. Got a lot going on here. You got an upper play field, a lower play field, a secondary flipper. One thing that I'm not a huge fan of is it is a harder table to get combos on because there's not so much in the way of ramps on it. So it's a fun table though. It doesn't have my ramp combos that I like so much, but I think it really is a great table and a no-brainer that this one should be included. Marvel Avengers Age of Ultron. That's about a 1.5 thumbs for me. It's a great table. It is fun to play. It does not have a lot of ramps, so it's really missing some of that combo capability that I really enjoy in a lot of other tables. But I think that this one really is one that they're going to include. I can't imagine them not including it on this Marvel arcade cabinet. So Arcade1up, for sure you should put this one in. It is a good table. I think people will get a lot of enjoyment out of it.
Hello, citizen. It's me again, Captain America. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. Also, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It's the patriotic thing to do. And while you're scrolling down that way, go ahead and subscribe so that you can be notified of my new videos when they come out. I plan on doing a similar video on the Zen Studios Star Wars tables, since Arcade1up is also making a Star Wars pinball cabinet. So let me know, is that something you'd be interested in? Again, put it in the comments, subscribe to be notified when I make it, and thanks again for watching. Have a great day.